All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're continue talking about finding a distance in a model. So in reality, what we're doing is, let's say that little globe that you have sitting in your room, that's called a model because you're living on the globe. So a model is just something that is smaller than the actual to represent the actual, keeping its proportions, okay? So the liquid outer core of Earth is 2,300 kilometers thick. A scale model of layers of Earth has a scale of 1 inch to 500 kilometers. How thick is the liquid core of the model? Now, we have multiple options here, and I'm looking at this and I see the 1 to 500, 1 inch to 500 kilometers. I don't see anything close to that. These are all pretty small numbers, so I'm going to think to myself, well, 500 goes into 2,300 a little over 4 times, and they're talking kilometers, so it looks like this could be the answer. And as discussed before, this is a perfectly good strategy to kind of get in your head what you think the answer would be. Now, a lot of people would stop here. They'd mark that as the answer. They'd go on. Let's see if they're right. Because to me, it's better to do this, take a few seconds to really get to understand what the question is asking, and then work through it, because now you kind of got to gauge and to see, oh, I've got a couple options. I think it's that one. Let's see. All right. So the liquid outer core of Earth is 2,300 kilometers thick. Really what that's talking about, say liquid outer core. So this part right here is 2,300 kilometers thick. A scale model of the layers of Earth has a scale of 1 to 500 kilometers. How thick is the liquid outer core of the model? Well, I know in real life, this is 2,300 kilometers. And every 1 inch is 500 kilometers. So it's asking to use out of 2,300, how many inches would this be? So if this is kilometers in real life, it's asking number of inches for that same amount. Because remember, all of these green lines here would be equal. So let's say it's asking for inches down here. So if I know inches and kilometers, and I create another ratio that are also inches first, numerator, kilometers second, denominator, I'm looking to find this. Now, we could use a variable x, we could use a variable y, we could do I for inches, we could do whatever we want to here. I'm just going to put a question mark. Well, how do you multiply by question marks? Great question. I'll show you in just a second as soon as I can select the right thing. So there's blue, here's orange. How do I multiply by a question mark? Okay, yeah, I'm having a little fun with everybody. We do actually want to not put the question mark over here. I just am putting that there as a reminder of I don't know that thing. What we actually want to put when we're going to translate it into a math problem completely, one that we're solving, is we want to go ahead and use x. Now, were we solving before? Sure, but we're going to go ahead and do it this way. Why? Because I wanted to mess with everybody a little bit. But that eventually, again, does have to become an x. As a matter of fact, let me color coordinate just a little bit and do 500x here. So all I'm going to do now that I've cross-multiplied is I'm going to bring each of my answers down. And I'm going to put 2,300 equals 500x. And this just means I know x is the amount that I need. X is the number of inches thick it is, but I have 500 of them. I can't use 500, I need 1. So if I'm multiplying to turn 500 into 1, I need to divide. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Now, 2,300 divided by 500, what did I do with my trusty calculator? I betcha. There it is. Give me a second. Trusty calculator, I have 2,300 divided by 500. And I get 4.6. So here I have x, There's my equal sign. And what color? I'm going to choose orange just to stick with it. 4.6. So what this tells me is, actually I should have done green. This right here, this line right here should be 4.6 in order to keep the correct ratio so that my scale model is accurate to the size of the Earth. Now remember, because I have kilometers and inches on this side, I'm missing inches. So inches actually needs to be part of my answer, and that's what's missing here. So I want to write this as 4.6 inches. Or I can abbreviate it and just do IN, period, and I'm done.